Jungkook walked into the kitchen with his hair still messy from the kind of messy that somehow made him look even. His white t-shirt clung to his sweat pants hanging low on his as he opened the fridge with one hand, yawning softly. Good morning, he said in that voice that always sent a shock straight through your stomach. He grabbed the bottle and took a long straight from it like he always did, head tilted back, moving, looking like a whole first thing in the morning. Vine stood there frozen with her mug, whispering, Good morning. Her eyes were betraying her, slowly moving from his jaw to the tattoos picking from his sleeves. It was not Vine's fault. He looked like the definition of before a 9 a.m. Jungkook nodded, shutting the fridge, and turned to leave the kitchen, still rubbing his completely unaware of the fact that Vine was staring at him like he was a movie she could not. Vine was sitting with Sana, writing something in her notebook while she talked about the upcoming assignment. The classroom was loud, everyone busy with their own gossip. Vine were focused, or at least trying to be. Then the door opened. John Jungkook walked in, the boy of the entire college, but soft with one only. The one everyone stared at, the one every girl wanted, and the one who secretly lived under the same roof as a Vian. Vian Pen stopped for a second, but she forced herself to look back at her notebook. Here in college, Vian did not know him. That was a Vian rule, and he agreed, cause he wanted to live with Vian. Sana nudged Vian. He is late again, she whispered. Vian shrugged, pretending not to care, even though her heartbeat reacted to his presence before her mind did. Jungkook walked inside with that slow, confident walk, black hoodie. He did not look at anyone, not even at Vian. Or that's what Vian thought. Vian kept her head down and started writing again. The night felt colder than usual. Vian was sitting on the couch, half studying, half waiting, though she would never admit that last part to anyone. Jungkook usually come home around this time, sometimes tired, sometimes teasing a Vian just to see she flustered. But tonight, the key turned in the lock and Vian heard something different, laughter, a girl's laughter. Van tightened before she even saw him. Behind him was a girl, pretty, smiling, way too comfortable walking in their shared apartment. Van's finger froze around the pen. Van did not know why it. Van had no right to feel anything. She was supposed to act like a roommates. That's it. Junko glanced at Van for a half second, like he was checking her reaction. Make yourself comfortable, he told the girl, voice slow and polite. Van heart dropped. Comfortable? In her home? Yeah, sure. She's your roommate, right? The girl said, pointing to Van, while Jungkook nodded. You can go in the guest room, which is beside my room. Jungkook told her, and she nodded and bowed to Yan and went in the room. Does she's going to stay here tonight? Van thought. Jungkook did not walk into the room. He did not even look at the girl again. He just stood in front of Van, staring. Let's go outside, he said suddenly. Van blinked, confused. What? He stepped closer, eyes locked on Van. I said let's go outside. Before Van could ask anything, he took her hand firm and pulled her with him. Van cocked in her and somehow Van followed him. Van Hart did not know why, but he trusted him completely. Jungkook walked fast, still holding her, gently but tightly, enough that Van could not pull away. Van kept looking at him, confused. Jungkook, where are we going? Why are we here? Van asked. He did not answer until they reached the women's clothing section. Choose a dress you can wear to a club, he ordered casually. Van eyes widened. What? Why? What are you doing? He stepped closer, gaze intense. Just do what I'm saying, Van. Van sighed, but she did not fight. Stopping was her weakness anyway. Van picked a dress, try it on, then walk out of the trial room. The dress hugged her figure perfectly. Beautiful. Jungkook looked at her once, his jaw clenched. He muttered under his, this is perfect for my eyes, not for someone else. Van did not hear him. He quickly looked away and said, no, choose something else. Van scoffed but obeyed, choosing a second outfit. This time Jungkook approved it instantly. He nodded. Let's go. Tonight. Van Tron. But why are we going? And the girl at home, Jungkook? He shut his eyes for a moment, annoyed but calm. She's Taehyung's girlfriend, he said. He asked me to let them stay for a while. They needed some time, that's it. Van felt relief wash over her. Oh, so she's not your GF. Jungkook looked at you sharply. By which angle you thought she's my girlfriend? He said, shaking his head. Stop talking nonsense and get ready. We are going to the. Jungkook unlocked the door. The hallway dim and quiet. Van were finally sober now. Her steps steady. One heart calmer, except for the part that still remember how tightly Jungkook held her on the dance floor. Van both stepped into the living room and instantly froze, hearing sounds coming from the guest room. Van eyes widened, rushing to her cheeks. Van looked away immediately, embarrassed. Jungkook sighed loudly and rubbed his hand over his face. Seriously, Taehyung, he muttered under his. Annoyed, Van stood there awkwardly, clutching her back to her, not knowing where to look, how to react. Jungkook noticed, without thinking, without hesitating, he reached for her hand. Come here, he said softly. Before she could protest, he pulled her back outside, closing the door behind Van so the sounds were gone. The hallway outside was a quiet. Van stared at him, her face still red. Jungkook, you did not have to. I did. He cut you off, eyes on hers. You look uncomfortable. Van looked down at her shoes. I did not think they'd still be busy, Jungkook said. Van swallowed and whispered, we should wait. Jungkook looked at Van and nodded. A few minutes passed in silence. Van and Jungkook stood in the hallway. Then Jungkook's phone rang. Taehyung. Jungkook rolled his eyes so Van thought they might fall out. He picked up the call, voice dripping with annoyance. Where are you? Taehyung asked. Jungkook scoffed. We are outside of the house. When will you both stop your whatever you are doing? Van slapped her hand over her mouth. Cheeks. Van looked away embarrassed. Jungkook saw that his jaw tightened. A protective anger flashed in his eyes. The fact that Van were hearing someone else, like he did not want her by anyone except maybe by him someday. Taehyung coughed awkwardly, then laughed nervously. Ah, we are done. Good. Jungkook muttered and ended the call without a goodbye. He looked at Van softly. Let's go inside. Van nodded. Van was reading the book which she should not read because it was a kind of book. Van was kept reading the one page again and again, imagining Jungkook. Her heart fluttered imagining those scenes with him. Van whining. She started to feel. Jungkook entered inside. Has he no password? He was a walking but Jungkook froze. He'd had to skip a bit. This is Van's voice. Jungkook walked toward a Van room. The door was slightly open. He peeked and his eyes widened while a amused smirk appeared on his face. Wine pouting. You should have saw some on me. Wine complained while snuggling into Jungkook's arms. Jungkook smirked, but you did not stop me. But why you? After knowing it was a my Jungkook laughed. I'm sorry, but you know what? It was a my dream or fantasy too. With a girl in the balcony. What a stupid. What a girl you? Who? Who is that girl? Jungkook disbelieved. She is a ghost. Only I can see her. And her name is a Wine. You. From the first year I saw you in the college, he said, pulling her more closer to him. Does you really? Me? Jungkook nodded. Yes. Yes, you are the only girl who made me fall for her. The only girl I make me lose my last night. Wine eyes widened. He pecked her nose softly. She hugged him while Jungkook also hugged her tightly. Jungkook whispered, you just called my fantasy stupid, so think last night has a wine blush making a Jungkook laughed.